Yeah, you did hear right. Klitschko did say the F word. Now then, it's the Baron. So this is the Tyson Fury Klitschko fight to upload. And what I'm going to do with this upload is put out what I think is going to happen in the fight, then put out the selection. And then I'm going to have a bit of a rant and rave, because I still can't believe Tyson Fury gets the pelts he does. Rightly or wrongly, he does come out with some odd comments. Saying that though, these other boxers who are still boxing have done far more worse things than Tyson Fury and seem to get a lot of praise, whereas Fury's only using words and you can choose to ignore words. And also just what I spout off about the boxing board and how they move the goalposts. So if you're just watching this upload just to see what I'm putting out there, like I say, I put it on the start, and then once you listen to it you can do what you want then, can't you? You can go and watch something else. Right, the selection. So like in the first upload, we're going to give an outright winner plus a rounds punt as well. So in the first fight, we give out Tyson Fury to win outright at 3-1, and that was general with most bookmakers. I know some of you got the 100-30, and we did say £1 on each boxer, round 7 onwards for the knockout, which cost you £12. So even though we lost out on the rounds last time they met, we got it right with the Tyson Fury win, the outright win at 3-1, which obviously put us back into profit, even though we lost out on the knockout selection. So in this fight, I think it's going to be a lot easier for Fury, because I think Klitschko's going to go gunning for Fury with his right to try and prove a point. I think it's going to leave him open, and if Fury can suck up a bit of punishment again in the opening 5 rounds, at some point in the fight, Fury's going to get his chance to knock him out. So that's going to be the first selection from round 5 onwards, a Tyson Fury knockout. Now this pays best with Boyle Sports. If you go on Boyle Sports site, I'll flip it up now, from round 5 it's 40-1 and it goes to 33s and what have you. But Boyle Sports are the best at the moment. They are matched on different rounds with other betting firms, but like I say, if you can check yourself, Tyson Fury is the best with them from round 5 onwards. So what we're going to do is we're going to have £2 stake from round 5 onwards for Tyson Fury to knock out Klitschko, which is a total of 8 bets, which is going to cost you £16. The next selection is the Tyson Fury outright win. B-win are best at the moment, and they're 65. I personally don't think it's going to get any bigger than this, and if you want the price, I suggest you get it in the next 7 days, because I can see the price going, and as the fight gets nearer and nearer, Tyson Fury being a strong favourite. So what we're going to do is, like the first bet, we're going to put on enough to cover our rounds if that doesn't come off. So we're going to have a £20 stake with B-win for a £44 return, and if Tyson Fury doesn't knock out Klitschko, we're still £8 in profit, so that covers your rounds. So there are 2 selections, a Tyson Fury outright win, best at B win at 6-5, plus a Tyson Fury knockout, round 5 onwards, best with Boyle Sports. So it's time for the rant, and Tyson Fury did come out with some silly statements. But the thing about Tyson Fury is, he's not a manufactured sportsman, whereas other boxers, like your likes of your Anthony Joshua, Amir Khan, and even Kell Brook to some extent, say what they're told, whereas Tyson Fury says what he wants or says what he feels, and Tyson Fury is his own man. Now, whether you like his comments or not, they're just words, and I'm of the opinion that he comes out with some of his statements to intensify a fight, to get a bit more public interest in it, because let's be fair, if Anthony Joshua would have gone out to Klitschko's backyard and fought him and brought back the belts, the Red Top Rags and the other papers, in fact, would have had him splashed all over the place, and Tyson Fury didn't get half that. I'm not trying to justify Tyson Fury's comments, but let's just compare some past and present boxers. Let's see what they've been up to, and let's see if it outweighs spouting off silly nonsense. Right, so where to start? Tell you where we'll start with Prince Naseem Hamed. Fantastic boxer, great fans' favourite. Ends up getting a 15-month jail term for dangerous driving, seriously injuring someone in the accident. Ends up getting a 4-year ban on top of that. And at his trial, the DVLA wouldn't give details of an earlier 1-year ban on the grounds of human rights. But it's okay though, he's only hurt someone, he's not gobbing off silly nonsense. Next up, Floyd the Money Mayweather, the retired pound for pound champion. Great boxer, fantastic businessman, also done time for domestic violence. But it's alright because he's not spouting off nonsense. Another fan's favourite, a man who thinks he's the best pound for pound boxer in the world and he hasn't got a belt. And you know what they say, if you want the public to believe a lie, make sure it's a big one. It's Amir Khan. Now Amir Khan bowled over a gentleman in his convertible at a Pelican Crossing. Fortunately for Amir Khan, he was cleared of dangerous driving, but got done with driving without due care and attention, fined a bag of sand and banned for driving for 6 months. How convenient. But that's alright, because he's not spouting off nonsense. I could go on forever, the world's your oyster with this subject, but I'll leave you with this one. Lastly, newly world heavyweight champion, Mr. Anthony Joshua, who pleaded guilty to drug dealing, but the judge, fortunately enough for Anthony Joshua, gave him a second chance. But dealing drugs is alright, as long as you're not chatting nonsense. The last thing I'll leave you with on this part of the upload is, if you are a Christian, and you do like the boxing, and you're not happy with Tyson Fury's comments, what I suggest you do is take off your Sunday suit, or pick up the Old Testament and read Genesis again, because the comments what Tyson Fury's made, what you're having conflicting views over, they're all in the book of Genesis, which is your chosen faith. And I'll leave it at that. So now I've had my rant, I'm going to leave you with this. And Tyson Fury got stripped of his IBF belt due to not being able to fight. It's mandatory because he had contractual obligations, obviously, with Klitschko for a second fight. Now, James DeGale fights this weekend under the same governing body, the IBF, and he fights a chap called Medina. Now, Medina's lost 3 of his last 8 fights and has managed to be ranked 3 with the IBF. His other rankings with the other boxing boards, bodies, however you wish to see it, isn't worth having. Go figure. The mysterious world of the IBF. Let me know what you think about that. Bang your comments in because I'd love to know. Also, what I forgot to mention is that if you haven't got an account with Bwin, open one up because there's a £30 welcome bonus. So it's worth opening an account with them. Good luck with all your selections, whatever you pick over the weekend, whether it's on the boxing or football. Hope you've enjoyed the upload. Bang your comments and let me know what you think. And I'll leave it for now. Cheers for listening to the Baron.